I selected Te aujourd'hui for many reasons. One, I love this film. The film kind of changed my life. Through Alain, I met my wife, who plays my wife in the film. So that's one. Two, every aspect of, not the story of the film, but how the film came about, is a bit of magic. So of course, there's always a desire to share that magic with as many people as possible. Now, I didn't know that you guys were gonna choose Washington Square Park, but that's part of the magic, because I was practically born in this park. I spent my entire adolescence in this park, breakdancing, rapping, watching other people breakdance, rap. I mean, I've been hanging out in this park every week since I was like 10, 11. Plus, I went to grad school at NYU, which means even more time at this park. When I think of France and French cinema, it's always important to remember all of the, for lack of a better word, colonial imprints that France made on the world, so that Senegal, for example, is francophone because of that French influence. Alain Gomis is a child of that influence and of that history, just as you can find that in Tunisia and Morocco and in so many other places, you know? So I guess I would start there. I know that's not a short answer, but those are some of the reasons, there are more, why I chose this film. I'll tell you something even better. I moved to Paris in 2009. I moved there with my daughter who was 13 at the time. She went to an international school. And so, of course, I'm living there. Very practically, I have to open up a French bank account. And so early one Monday morning, I'm on Champs-Élysées. I found the bank that was best suited for me. I get out of the subway and this guy runs up to me. He's like, hey, excuse me, aren't you Saul Williams? Yeah. He didn't speak very good English, but he was like, I didn't speak good French at the time. And he was saying, my best friend, he just wrote a movie for you. It's been greenlit and he's on his way to New York to look for you. He's like, well, I just moved here like 2 weeks ago. I live here now. He's like, oh my God, can I have your number? I'm like, okay. So I give him my number. It's in the morning, right? So I get home about noon. I get a call from producers saying, hello, is this Saul Williams? Listen, Alain Gomis, who's in Senegal right now doing pre-production for a film, would love to call you tonight at 7 if you'll be home. Like, I'll be here? Sure. Okay, so the thing happened in the morning, now I get that call, and then at 7, I get a call. It's, hello, Alain didn't speak very good English at the time. He tries to explain to me that he wrote a film with me in mind, and would it be okay to have producers come by in the morning and drop off the script for me? Like, I don't know how well I can read in French at this time, but sure. So 9 o'clock the next morning, exactly 24 hours after I met that guy, 2 producers show up at my house. We go on the roof, sit down, pull out a script, thick script. I thumb through it and I see my picture in the back of the script and then a letter from the CNC. And what he explains to me is that, well, actually, we lied and said that you were already attached to the film and we've gotten it greenlit already with the understanding that you're already attached to this film. So we're hoping that you love this script. and so I have a little French dictionary and I begin the process. It takes about 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks for me to really read the script and feel like I understand. And I keep thinking, this is beautifully written, at least from my eye, but I don't know if I'm, so I start, anytime a friend shows up at the house who's French, I'm like, look at this for a few minutes. Does this seem cool to you? And they're like, this is awesome. What is this? I just want to know. You think this is a well-written script? Like, this is awesome. I love this story. This is awesome. About a month later, so I'm like, I'm cool. I'd love to meet you. He's in Senegal for a month doing pre-production. A month later, he arrives in Paris and he's like, I'd love to meet you. And I wrote the script not only with you in mind, but because he tells me that he wrote the script, there was a picture of me that he kept on his desk and he just used that picture to write this story. Okay. And he's like, and there's someone else I had in mind, and I'd love to see your chemistry together just to see. And so the next day, he arranges for us to meet at the Basquiat exhibit that was up in Paris at the time. And Anesia comes through the door. And from that day forward, she and I have spent practically no days apart. In terms of testing of chemistry. So that's even before we get to the shooting of the film. We spent more than a few months, probably 3 months in Senegal. First, I went with him that February for about 3 weeks to help him cast other characters. And then we spent about 3 months there shooting. I mean, moving to Paris, like as soon as I moved, I was like, okay, I guess I'm supposed to be here. I don't know. I only have one favorite word in all languages, and it's in Portuguese. I had spoke Portuguese before I spoke French. I lived in Brazil. And they have a word, madrugada, which means the middle of the night. And that is the only word that I've always circled around, like, oh, I like that word. I like when I see someone go, wesh, wesh, and I'm, I'm like, ah. But that's more of the like hip hop in me. I do have a favorite expression, which is the thing that I see the French do with it, like, this thing with the lips. This, you know what I'm talking about? That I love. It's a lip shoulder thing. What was the first French film I saw? It was something crazy like Jules and Jim. It was something that was more intellectual than I was used to, that made me go, okay. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Breathless? It was one of the New Wave films, and it was something that was popular. It wasn't something rare. I remember Chris Marker or something and just being blown away, but that it didn't start there. Probably started with something like Jules and Jim that just had me. What struck me about French auteur was always those things that are not necessarily permissible in this day and age coming from Hollywood. And it may not be happening so much in France anymore, but that intellectual cinema, not just from the mind, but from the movement of the camera and the ideas circulating. It's always super inspired and always raising the question of why don't we do stuff like that? J'aime films on the green. J'adore. Vraiment, j'aime beaucoup. Et je sais, la première fois que je suis allé au Films on the Green, I think it was Riverside Park, was it? And saw that beautiful film, Tunisia. And that was my first time, Films on the Green. Yeah.